What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to our next draft for our Avatar Bronze to Mythic climb. We're in Diamond, and we're making our way towards Mythic. Let's hope this one is a good one. See you in there. All right, pack one, pick one. Here we go. Pretty interesting pack here. This is quite the bomb. Essentially, it's a 4 mana 5/5, but every turn that it lives, it earth bends. Don't love pack one pickling a 3-color rare, but I think this card is more than strong enough to justify it. Especially since the next best cards in this pack are Lightning Strike and Heartless Act, which I think are very equatable, and I don't like passing Toph after taking Lightning Strike and then getting cut in red super hard. So we're going to take Toph, hope for the best, try to build maybe a 2-color deck splashing her. Oh my goodness. Well, rare and rare. I'm not happy to pass either of these uncommons, Iroh's Demonstration or Haru, but they're both very good. But the double top start sure does give us some direction. I'm going to imagine, well, actually, it looks like they took an uncommon, which is pretty interesting, but I'm going to imagine that whatever they took was pretty good to pass these uncommons. I mean, it's like Evasion Submersible. What's going on? First 3 picks are crazy. 3 rares, all excellent, all in the same 3 colors. All right. Our late game is figured out. We just need early game now. Early game, early game, early game. That is all that matters. Avatar Enthusiast, Water Tribe Captain are my 2 choices here. I'm not taking an Ostrich Horse basically ever. I'm not taking Zuko's Exile. Avatar Enthusiast is much better with Airbender's Ascension, and we already have 2 allies. So that's a pretty easy pickup. I just want infinite good 2-drops and removal spells. Razor Rings over Master Peon Dao. We already have all the late game we want, certainly this early, and I think having early interaction is going to be way more important for us. Treetop Freedom Fighters is quite good with Airbender Ascension. I think the removal spell here is a must pick up. Umashu City with all this bending, and we are going to need the fixing for sure, I think is pretty darn important. Another Treetop Freedom Fighter is pretty good, but I don't know. It's fine. It's 3 mana 2/1 that makes a 1/1 compared to being able to play our rares. Like we have a red-green rare and a red-green-white rare, so that both earthbend, right? So Mashi City is pretty huge for us. Well, I struggle to believe we could have started this draft in a better way. Now we're getting past the best white common, Zhong's Deserters. It's amazing in our deck in particular with the having something to blink with Airbender's Ascension. Helps us get through the early game. It's an ally. What doesn't it do? It's also a 2 mana 2/3, right? Like 2 mana 2/3s in this set. Pretty darn good. There's a lot of 2/2s that want to be attacking. Glider Kids is really good. I think it's better than the Sunblessed Peak here, albeit not by much. I'm taking it because it's another good ETB for Airbender's Ascension. And it's an ally. It's a turn 3 play. It's a flyer. It helps us fix, honestly, as well. So, like, not too worried about taking it there. I would love to take Raucous Audience and be able to play it into Toph. I might still. Tough choice, actually. I think Robo Arena is pretty important to these decks, having a Vigilant creature. Yeah, I'm going to take it here. 3 colors, it helps us fix. Boomy's Bash, we need removal. I love it. Not the removal spells I want, but it's the one I'm going to get 10th pick for sure. We're looking for, honestly, a lot of the removal spells we've seen. Iroh's Demonstration, Lightning Strike, Airbending Lesson would be really big for our deck, being able to protect our Tophs on the turn afterward. Here, I think Fire Nation Attacks is a much better card, but I'm going to take another Avatar Enthusiasts, lower our curve. We're going to have basically no firebending in this mainly white deck that we're double splashing our Tophs for. And Avatar Enthusiast synergizes with a bunch of the other stuff we have. The idea is we're going to play a bunch of allies, and then our opponent's going to have to remove allies that are synergistic but kind of dinky. I guess I'll take Azuko's Exile. Somebody can be Shrines but me. Treetop Freedom Fighters definitely makes the deck now that we have 2 Enthusiasts. Goes great with a lot of what we have. Earth Kingdom Soldier not being an ally and being clunky as all heck. No thanks. Another Elemental Teachings. We've opened 2 of it this pack. And there's that Rock Avalanche we would have loved to see last draft. But Earth Kingdom Jailer is just a slam dunk. It's an ally. It wants to be blinked. It just does all the things. The Earth Kingdom Jailer, the reason it wants to be blanked is you can take something not too impactful on, say, turn 3, and then once Airbender's Ascension is leveled up, you can give them back the 3-drop that you kind of just took because it was efficient, and then take a card that you're happier to. As much as I'd like to take a Rocky Rebuke here, is Rocky Rebuke just better than Razor Rings? I don't know. Probably is. It's close between Rocky Rebuke and Razor Rings. Razor Rings requiring us to attack is less exciting. There's a lot of cards that people will hold back. Oh my goodness, Water Tribe Rallier. Yes, please. It gets both of our toss because they have 3 power. Actually, it gets everything in our deck right now. Incredible. That is probably the best possible card in the deck for us. Also, that Cave of Two Lovers is really good. Ranon Shaw is not for us. 5 mana 4/4, we have no lessons. 5 mana 4/4 flyer, but it's double red. Kind of weak in our deck, honestly. I would rather have Zhang's Deserters. Deserters Disciples also decent, but I think that the actual Deserters are better. We are very heavy white and then splashing kind of everything else. Cave of Two Lovers is a 4-drop I'll take. Great 2/1/1 allies, double triggering Avatar Enthusiast, double triggering Airbender's Ascension. Searching for the mountain for fixing is fine. Like, it doesn't really fix us because if we had red, we were casting it unless we used Rumble Arena. But it does give us the land. And then Earthbending on the back end. It's a pretty great card in our deck. Here with double Zhang's Deserters, Compassionate Healer looks great. I just want to be playing creature, creature, creature. Every non-creature in my deck should either make creatures or just be removal. I'd like Earth Rumble just as much as the next guy. I think we're a really assertive deck. I think I'm just going to keep playing Zhang's Deserters and win that way. 8th pick, Lightning Strike is crazy. Easy pickup over Kyoshi Village. We need the removal, especially the early removal. The goal here is just to make stuff that's too big for them to remove. Force them to use, generally speaking, like unconditional removal on it. Archers is a early play, I guess. Oh, I'm not taking Earthbending Lesson. We could take Elemental Teachings for the gems, but we might play an Archers. Just all in on 2-drops. Look at this. Healer, Zhang's Deserters, Water Tribe Rallier, like, we're just slamming it. Water Tribe Rallier, you don't want it to be like one of your only 2-drops. I was like, let me pick a card here. I'll take the uncommon. I'm not playing it though. We have like no lessons. We have no lessons actually. Water Tribe Rallier, you don't want it to be like your only 2-drop, even if it finds a lot of things, because you don't want to play it on turn 2 because you can't immediately use it to Waterbend. It's best on turn like 4 or 5 where you immediately get to hold up getting a card off of it, and then they have to remove it, and then you get a card off of it anyway, so it's kind of like just an immediate 2-for-1. Second Cave of Two Lovers seems like an easy pick, not Legendary Saga. We wield the Deserters Disciples. Is there a world where we don't play green and just ditch both these tops? That seems crazy. I can't imagine that's right. Well, now it's definitely not right because we opened an Earthbender's Ascension. This card's crazy. Well, here's all the bombs. We've been missing this in our last couple of drafts. We've talked a lot about variance going both ways. We've been in quite the rut. Urban Ally is not actually that bad in our deck. We have ways to maybe imagine getting to use its ability. Lifelong's Bounty Hunters is also quite good, but I think this is an easy team avatar for me with how much early game we have. It's also a removal spell, which I say we are in the market for, certainly. Kyoshi Warrior seems pretty easy. Pick up here. We're good on 2s. Makes 2 allies. Triggers our Airbender's Ascension twice. Triggers our Avatar Enthusiast twice. All the words that I care about. Twin Blades. Origin of Metal Bending. This is a tough one. Origin of Metal Bending's been really impressive. Twin Blades has been crazy. There's another Kyoshi Warriors too. I think this is a Twin Blades for me. We're pretty aggressive. I'm a double strike with like the trample from Earthbender's Ascension or just having multiple big creatures and slam dunking people. I like slam dunking people. We're not playing a single card from this pack, so I'm going to take the uncommon because it fills our vault faster, get us to those last couple rares. I believe after this draft, we will be at a point where we will have all of the rares we need to complete the set. Second Deserter's Disciple. We're going to have some cuts here. One's definitely these Archers. I'm not playing any of these cards. Rebellious Captives being that we're barely green just really isn't the move. I'll hate draft Jet's Brainwashing. Nah, Guru's better. Well, I guess that's not in someone's deck. Taking an uncommon once again to fill our vault, get to our free wild cards faster, fill up our set, and then make it so that all these rares are worth 20 gems each. Like right now, if we had completed the set, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 rares right now, so that's 80 gems just for the draft. I mean, that makes it so that 4 wins breaks even, right? Or more than breaks even, it makes a profit. I'm not playing any of these cards, so I'm just going to take Sokosagu. I'm not playing any of these cards, so I'll take a Solstice Revelations. Once again, saying all the same words. Well, Kyoshi Warriors might be a pick. Do we play green? It's so crazy to believe it. Like, we don't play green. Yeah, I'm just taking the price of freedom. Kyoshi Village wheeling is fantastic. We need a little bit more fixing. Origin of Metal Bending is a consideration. The lesson for Toph protects some of our bigger creatures once they are bigger. Thing is, we're kind of just going to go wide and be obnoxious that way, so I don't know if Origin of Metal Bending is the move, but it could be. It blows up artifacts and enchantments that are pretty annoying. We only need a couple cuts here. One of them's obviously a land, and it is a mountain. We need the forests to play like Earthbender's Ascension in our rares. Rares also require red. I don't know. It's tough. We have double Cave of Two Lovers to go get another mountain, I guess. I'm cutting a Deserter's Disciple as one of my cuts, and then we need one more. This is a tough cut. Is it double Deserter's Disciple and just be even less red? Like, look at our color spread here. If we cut double Deserter's Disciple, 8, 5, 14. It wants to give me just one more planes. Like, it feels like it's like this. It was 8, 5, 14, but our green cards are incredible. We have 7 white sources. Lands are of a consideration here for sure. This seems pretty close to right. Lightning Strike early is important. Maybe it's Twin Blades. Is Twin Blades good enough in our deck? We're not going particularly... What is happening? We're not going particularly tall. Play a White Lotus Hideout as a filter land. I don't like doing that though, unless I'm... Well, I guess I could cut a mountain for it. We have no lessons except for Origin of Metal Bending. Right? That's our only lesson of a deck. One lesson, Origin of Metal Bending. But it filters, like Rumble Arena does. Our curve isn't very high, so paying 5 for one of our 4 drops isn't even that big of a deal. Hmm, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16. I don't know. I think this is the deck. I don't think I'm going to put in the second filter land. I have decent fixing already. A little bit of Naya ally blast them out. Seems like a lot of fun. Let's run it up and see how we do. All right, game 1. Yeah, this is a mulligan pretty easily. And this is a keep pretty easily. Putting away... I think it's Avatar Enthusiast. I think I'd rather just play Glider Kids. I think this is a turn 1 Rumble Arena. I will keep a Avatar Enthusiast, the other one. That's pretty funny. We're always playing Compassionate Healer here. Let's see what they do. It's possible we need to Lightning Strike something here. There's not a lot of cards in black. I'm going to turn 1 Lightning Strike. Judy, I would kill. I don't want to see like Obsessive Pursuit on turn 2 here. Corrupt Court Official, sure. I think I rediscard this Avatar Enthusiast and we just do the Glider Kids thing for the filtering. I don't want to see any more lands unless I'm seeing Toph or whatever on top. Yeah. I have the filter land, so I'm getting a second scry here too. Okay, putting 2 green sources on the bottom. Seems risky, but we have the filter land, so I just don't want to be drawing that many lands. Bottom, we have a kill spell for whatever their first real play is here. June, and they can sack the Corrupt Court Official immediately to make a clue out of it. In that case, I will Rocky Rebuke it. I think holding up Lightning Strike is better, especially since we don't have green, so using the filter land inefficiently now is probably better. Cave Two Lovers is an excellent draw. If they play something truly problematic, we can kill it this turn. Also, Lightning Strike deals 3, and right now my creatures deal 2, so Rocky Rebuke is a worse removal spell for a variety of reasons. Alright, see what they can do. They have a clue they can burn. I'd love for them to just play like Uncommon Azula, and then I Lightning Strike it, and I feel like this game is just moving pretty tough. Or even better, they just do like a card drawy thing here. They do like a... I guess they've already played the land, so if they had Aang's Journey, they wouldn't do it. Maybe they Heartless Act like one of my creatures. Zuko's Conviction for June, and then replay June. Oh. Oh, for Corrupt Court Official. Get the last card out of my hand? Sure. Into a Callous Inspector? Also sure. Is it worth it to trade down the board here and give them a second clue? Probably. They don't know I'm playing a Cave of Two Lovers and going wide. I don't want any more lands. Stop it. I'm pretty happy to double trade here. They also lose another life, and that's going to be relevant here, as we're just trying to burn them out. I know we are hellbent burning them out, but Cave of Two Lovers is a great draw. It unfortunately puts 3 lands back into our shuffle, but it also puts an Avatar Enthusiasts, which I think is worth it. It's not May, by the way. I can't just choose not to. I have to shuffle the things. Okay. That's a card. Zhang's Deserters is decent. We go get one of our last 2 mountains. Play it. Make a 2-mana 2/3. Yeah, that is a bomb. I've never actually gotten to use it for what it's intended to do, but every time it's cast against me, it's been really good. We have a bunch of amazing top decks. We can play either of our tops off of the Rumble Arena. We don't have a card to discard to get back Lightning Strike or Rocky Rebuke if we draw red-green top. I still think that's fine, though. Cracking 2 clues as your whole turn. Oh, we hit a land, and then what? Merchant of Many Hands, sure. Neverland, awesome. I Earthbend. I'm going to hold on to this land. It doesn't help me here. I have no double green cards, and I have no 5-drops in the entire deck. So it makes no difference if I play it here. Obviously, they could make me discard it, and that kind of changes nothing, but maybe they choose to do that play instead of something else. We gotta be worried about Cat Gators, which are 7 mana, so if they have that here perfectly after they have the Black Sunning and doing all the things. Alright, doing this play basically is like gain some life. Drew another land. Okay. I will play one of these lands. I will attack with both. I'll kill the Pretending Poxbearers if that's how they want to block. Oh, they want to kill the Rumble Arena. Yeah, I might as well kill everything. I get the Rumble Arena back tapped. I get to scry. I'm going to seal land. I'm going to put it on the bottom. Yep. I mean, this is how it's been for us these last 3 drafts. And it's why we've been pretty frustrated. Like, we have a 16 land deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the bottom, which doesn't sound like a lot, except for we also scried 3 to the bottom earlier in this game. And there's the Cat Gator. Okay. And this game is just blown wide open all of a sudden. Yep. That's what we served up. Another land. This deck is phenomenal. What could we have done differently with this deck? We mulliganed. We kept our hand aggressively. We we scried consistently, getting rid of all the lands we saw, and it just didn't matter. We still drew land, 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 land all the way through. I'm like losing my marbles at this point. They've drawn exactly 7 lands in the top 18. We're 16 in, and we've seen 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 on the bottom, plus 3 more that we've scried away. Yeah, I'm actually happy to see them using that. Like if we draw Toph or something, it puts us back in the game, but I don't even know if it is enough at this point. Facing down double Merchant of Many Hats, which don't really die when we kill them. Uh-huh. I mean, I assume they have like another Zuko's Exile and they'll just resurrect this to kill me. Because that's just how these games have gone. Oh, they just have a second Cat Gator. Why not? This game is... I'm good. I'm good. On to the next one. Game 2. I have both my colors. Here we go. Keeping it positive. All right, we have all 3 of my colors. I have a 2-drop. I have 2 removal spells after the fact. Turn 1 Callous Inspector, whatever. I actually think I Airbender's Ascension it because that is annoying. And them replaying it for 2 doesn't feel very good. And I can start building this up. If we draw a land, we can play Avatar Enthusiast this turn instead of Zhang's Deserters. It's pretty good. We have double removal spells still. Pirate Peddlers, you got it. No box, obviously. Land is amazing. We go Zhang's Deserters, all the triggers, make this bigger. I would rather... I feel like if Avatar Enthusiast dies, this is a better spell to have gotten out of our hand, because Lightning Strike is indiscriminate. I don't need a creature. Right now, Avatar Enthusiast is on paper going to do more damage for us, but I think in the short term, we have a Booby's Bash as well, but I feel like this just gets sold out immediately. Okay. Well, that's really, really good. Yeah, I think I have to just do this. No attacks, and hope they don't have a removal spell for Avatar Enthusiasts. We have the removal spell for Bounty Hunters, so as long as they don't have the removal spell here. And either way, we're going to just start going really wide. Yeah, they have the removal spell. Exile target creature, sure. Replay Callous Inspector, awesome. Alright, we're fine. Rumble Arena is a decent draw. Scries us. Glider Kids is a great draw. We're absolutely just bonking this so that we can actually start doing anything. Yep. No attacks. Do I want a 1/1 or a 1/1 counter on one of my creatures? I think I want a 1/1. They have no trample. Alright. There goes my Lightning Strike. A little bit unfortunate, but it wasn't doing too much here. Yeah. I'll trade a 1/1 and my... Oh no. I guess 2 damage doesn't actually do anything, and killing 2 1/1s for it doesn't really help me either. Can I please tap my Rumble Arena? Alright, so if we see a card we want, we don't bounce or blink the Glider Kids. If we don't see a card we want, which is what happened, we do blink the Glider Kids. We're hellbent, so making sure the top card of our library is a card we want to draw is super important. That is an amazing draw. That's going to be a 4/4 immediately. They're cracking the land. Deal. Another Callous Inspector. Sure. I go to combat. You have no blockers in the air. I get to get in for 2 in the air. And then I'm going to make a 4/4 here. Dink. 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 So they now have another problem to deal with, which is Avatar Enthusiast number 2. Like, imagine we draw Team Avatar here. We just win. Trump block. Elf total is how I lose. And in 1 turn, Avatar Enthusiast will be big enough that I no longer have to worry. I attack with the Glider Kids. And this may seem counterintuitive, but I'm actually going to do Zhang's Deserters this time. I'd rather have a 1/1 counter on Avatar Enthusiasts and Glider Kids than 2 1/1 counters on Avatar Enthusiasts. It's the same amount of 1/1 counters, right? It's just I get to choose where this one goes. So I can start making my flyer more problematic. I will take a number 2. If they board clear here, I want to be able to have a card in hand. Okay. Well, I could have gained 2 life, but I'm kind of fine with how this is playing out. And I get a 1/1 counter on something? Sure. Pass to end step, 1/1 counter on something. You got it. I cracked my land. I have the Rumble Arena, so if I draw the Toffs and I just need a land then, yep, perfect. We play this first so that Avatar Enthusiast gets its little counter. I'm just attacking in the air. Beginning of my end step, I Earthbend. Zhang's Deserters is the card I want to bounce. And I now want to still put another counter on the Glider Kids. Air Raid. I can work for it. Now if they board clear, again, like our first round opponent had it, we can get Rumble Arena back and hopefully scry into something that wants to be Airbender Dissensioned. Sure. Have a 1/1. Sure. Rush 1/1 counter somewhere. Another Zhang's Deserters should seal this up. And the reason being is I can put this here, attack here, and now I don't need the 1/1 counter next turn for it to be lethal, so I can make an extra 1/1 instead. Cool. Feeling pretty in control. They do have Menace, and I'm at 12, so there's, a real world where I could lose, but feeling pretty good when our deck does the thing. Alright, 1-1, on to the next one. Game 3. All our colors, creatures, team avatar, removal spell. On the draw, I'll live. See what we're up against. All again to 6, and a turn 1 Earth Kingdom Protectors. Yucky. Well, we have removal spells. Should make us feel a little better. I like seeing no turn 2 play with an Earth Kingdom Protectors, that's for sure. I don't like Suki, but I have to kill this. I don't have a choice. They get a 1/1 out of it, but that needs to be off the board. For sure. We play Avatar Enthusiast, because next turn we can play Cave of Two Lovers. Suki by herself, with not that big a board, is not too scary. Same thing's true with the other Suki. Okay, keeping up mana. Seems like a lightning strike or something like that. Yep. I'm not surprised, I'm just disappointed. So we have a cute play next turn where we play Team Avatar and attack with one of our creatures, and it gets not enough power. Whenever a non-token creature? No, whenever another permanent, so they just go infinite. Incredible. Okay. I get to go get a mountain. We'll have Earthbend 3 in a moment. What do we want to do? I think it's Kyoshi Warriors. And we're just going to start chump blocking a little bit. Kyoshi Warriors should help us stabilize. Suki on turn 3. Pretty good. With a protection spell. And then pumping it. Cave of Two Levers is a 3/3 next turn as well. So with Team Avatar and Rocky Rebuke, we can get through. Oh, thank goodness they did not attack. I actually don't want to use it on the Kyoshi Village. I think it's on the mountain. And we play a mountain. We play Team Avatar as a enchantment. Making sure we're doing this right. Some Warriors also gets out of hand, but we just have to kill Vasuki, right? Right? We'll decide in a moment. Let's see what happens if we attack with just the mountain and make it a 8/8. A chump block. And then we kill Suki, and then some Warriors is just a 3/5. This is so wild. Is some Warriors the better thing to kill? Like, they'll only have 2 creatures. I think some Warriors is the better card to kill. This is insane. But they can just make a 1/1 every turn, which kind of messes up Team Avatar's whole shtick of being able to attack with one thing and have it be a problem. And I can now block pretty efficiently. I'm happy to chump block 1/1s if I need to. Like, Suki pumps the whole board, but some Warriors just kind of gets out of hand so fast. Pumping the other 2 creatures. And attacking with the 3/3? I guess Airbending Staff, putting Earth Kingdom soldiers in the air would still be a 2-turn clock. And I have a flyer next turn. I don't want to put another 1/1 counter on it. I don't really want to chump block because then my Avatar's worse. Earthbender's Ascension first. Making another creature because we're tapping both our lands this turn anyway. Going and getting a real forest. Land. Creature and scry. I don't want Umashu City, right? No, I don't. It is a land for Earthbender's Ascension, but that's irrelevant. And then attacking with a 1/1 makes it a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's an 8/8 on a 1/1, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if we attack with a 1/1 and they don't block, they go to 12. And then next turn, Glider Kids is a 9/9. If we attack with Kyoshi Warriors, or the land, they have to block, otherwise Glider Kids kills them next turn in the air. And we have chump blockers for days. Yeah, so no blocks means that Glider Kids next turn is threatening lethal as well. Off of one creature entering the battlefield. They take 10. Crazy work. Alright, we have to do some chump blocking, but they have no trample. No flying. Yeah, that has vigilance. I don't want to lose to Twin Blades, right? This always blocks like this. The question is if it's worth it to double block Suki. Leaving this unblocked means I lose to exactly Twin Blades. And that's it. Hmm. Yeah, I accept losing to Twin Blades. I have to. I kill the flyer. I go to 4. Play Zuko. That's a lot of cards. Land is a bad draw, for sure. Uh-huh. Second land is just as bad. Um, they need double removal spell next turn to kill me. And attacking with one creature. Ooh, attacking with a land means that if they block it, I get a 1/1 counter for Earthbender's Ascension. So this is 7. And then I have 3 blocks. I get to keep my 3/3 up as to both 3/3 ups as well. Yeah, that seems right. And so if they double block it, which they could do. All right, now they're in lightning strike range. They have a lot of Zuko triggers that they get to do here, but they need a lot of removal. Firebend 3, immediately use it. Whatever the card in their hand is, wasn't worth it. That doesn't help them. I get trample next turn, which they don't know. Why would I block with Kyoshi Warriors instead of the mountain, actually? There's nothing in white-red that gives trample. There are plenty of removal spells. Yeah, that seems right. I lose a 1/1. I get the Earthbending trigger. I put a 1/1 counter on Kyoshi Warriors. Next turn it gains trample. They didn't do the second one. Oh, so they have one more creature. Through trample, this was a 1/1 counter. So this goes to 5. I'll have 4 creatures. So it goes to 9. And a land makes it 10. So they have to, like, throw everything at this to not die. Because it's a 10/10 trample. It's possible they don't know that it has trample. Yep, didn't read the card. Bing, bong. Get wrecked. I mean, even if you recognize it as trample, you block with Earth Kingdom Soldiers and Zhang Deserters as double chump blockers. They both just die. You go to 1. Like, yeah. Well, the game wasn't over, but it felt pretty over. But they're in red-white, so they could have, like, Lightning Strike or Boomy's Bash. Or, well, I guess Boomy's Bash doesn't do anything. You know what I mean. All right, we're 2-1. Haven't been here in a while. I see all the colors. I have a scry. I have removal. Mashu City. Yeah, we're going to play a slow game here. Double Cave of 2 Levers. We'll do that, but feeling pretty safe behind my Razor Rings to be able to play a little slow. Oh, looks like they're playing a little slow too. Works for me. They get to discard and draw for the whole game here because I have a lot of ways to deal with that. That works for me. They need blue pretty bad. Playing Cave of Two Lovers early seems good. Get my Earthbend 3 sooner. Oh, they found blue. Assume that makes this hand even partially keepable. Team Avatar would be a great draw. Either of our tops, while they have no mana up, would be great draws. If I don't draw either of those things, I probably just play the second Cave of Two Lovers, get another mountain out of our deck, and start playing more mana, more things faster. Oh, Lightning Strike. I don't think I'm using it here, though. I think I go to combat and Razor Rings the Professor. And they can discard and draw, but then it dies and they don't get back an instant or sorcery forever. It'll quench you. I like getting it under and it'll quench you. Oh, I only have one white source. Guess I am holding up Lightning Strike. Or... Oh. Oh no. That's absurd. Well, I can kill one of those eventually with our lightning strikes. But that's really bad. We have to kill at least one of them here. Yeah, no blocks. That's what I was worried about. Toff. Discarding. Cave of Two Lovers to get back Lightning Strike. Seems good. Or get Razor Rings. Yep. Now it tapped my white source. Awesome. So we can't Razor Rings a Ren and Shaw attack. That's probably game losing. Thank you, Auto Tapper. See what they want to do here. They can pump. It's 8, 12 damage in the air right now, but they're at 14 and I have a Toph in play, so they need to be worried about me burning them out. I actually have 5 damage of burst in my hand and 8 on board. Attack with 1, yep. Oh. Oh. That's wild. Okay. Sure. 12. And you have a 5-drop to play? What are we doing? Imagine they just pass with all open mana. They discard It'll Quench You. It's possible they have like a second way to deal with it. I don't know. Could be like the shuffle it away and make a clue. Lost Days here. Master Paku, sure. I can Lightning Strike Master Paku. Probably have to do that. Put another counter on Rumble Arena. Rocky Rebuke is huge. Rocky Rebuke, the real one. Still on Rumble Arena. Now we're holding up Razor Rings. Cool. We're holding up Razor Rings through It'll Quench Ya. If the last cards in their hand include untapped land and a second copy of Octopus Form, I lose. because in response to them attacking and double pumping it, whatever, I Razor Rings and they untap it and give it +1/+1. But what's cheeky about that is I can just not target it. So they have to double pump it to make it 8. Remove all counters from it. And it just becomes a 1/1. Okay. Still a land creature? Funny. Deals. What the heck is that? Each creature in each planeswalker Rex is the number of spells. You deal 2 to everything, 3 to everything off of Waterbending Lesson. You let me keep alive Toph. I get my land back. I get a scry. Yes. Is that good? I don't think that's good. This is a weird game. And then Firebending Lesson to finish it off. Gross. I drew another one anyway. Well, I have a Glider, kids. I'm holding up Razor Rings. I'm seeing a land. Land is actually good enough because I need through Rumble Arena to be able to block. I need to be able to put another creature on the board. That's super annoying. What is even this card? Possible to play around, right? Do X damage to each creature. Keep your Renin Shaw alive. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Invasion Submersible. Yep, that's a really good card. You can never scry at least. Do you trade Razor Rings here? Yui the Moon Spirit. Another great flyer. Awesome. Well, I replay my flyer. And then they get to make Invasion Submersible a creature. That's not good enough here. Doesn't do anything. I don't even know what I need, but not that. I need a removal spell, I guess. I don't know, I'm pretty disheartened. That's such a frustrating card to just have played. Like, what? I'm playing around a red board clear in a set that doesn't actually have a red board clear? No, right? And they had Ren and Shaw, doubling it. And draw 3 cards. Why not? Ren and Shaw's threatening lethal every turn, basically. But other than Ren and Shaw, we're kind of okay. Alright, we have to do this in response to the firebending, and if they have a counter magic or protection spell, they win. They have a kicked removal spell. I take 6 down to 3, and I now have to have a flyer or a removal spell or I die to Yui. Okay. We're down to 10 cards. Flyer removal spell? Nope, another land. Because of course. Alright. So we're 2-2 again. We're here again. Every frickin' time. That's one of the best decks I've drafted. Doesn't matter. This is just how all of our games have, or all of our drafts in Diamond have been. Super frustrating losses, and then games where our deck just curb stomps people, and we're like, what is happening? Like, it's the same deck, right? Like, I don't know. So far, we've lost to 2 board clears, one of which is impossible to play around because it's a mythic on the bonus sheet in a color that doesn't have anything even close to similar to it, right? So you're never playing around it. You're never expecting it. Our opponent played great. Can't even be mad about how they played. It's like, okay. All right. The super important game 5 when you're 2-2. 2 of the best red cards in our deck with no mountain on the draw. 2-drop, 3-drop. We have to keep it. Play Zhang's Deserters into Avatar Enthusiast, and if we draw a mountain at any point in between now and turn 4, we get 4 chances. This hand is absurd. Forest does nothing. Pretending Poxbearer's Razor Rings helps. It can maybe buy us a 5th or a 6th turn if we need it. But this is the turn. We could draw a Rumble Arena now as well. Yeah, Lightning Strike on curve. Go first. 2-drop, removal spell. I think I actually have to play Umashu City here. Okay, that might be enough to make it happen. I mean, they have something here. Instant speed. Kyoshi Warriors, sure. Okay. I play Toph. Because she's tough. Against red-white. I'm just making the planes. I don't want to risk it. I don't know what I could be playing around. They have an island. But yeah, this obviously dies. That's why I played it first. Because it was kind of okay if it died. They get in for 6. We play Avatar Enthusiast, holding up Razor Rings and 2 blockers. Are we dead? Oh no, we're at 12. Okay. I'm losing my mind. Play Avatar Enthusiast. It's holding up Razor Rings for a little bit of life gain. We have 2 blockers. If they have a removal spell for the planes this turn, I lose. Airbending Lesson. That is actually fine. Second removal spell, why not? Just perfect draws all the way through. Lightning Strike, Hasdar Riot, Airbending Lesson. I block like this. And then gain 1 and lose 2 by killing the Kyoshi Warriors. Or gain 3 off the Pretending Poxbearers and give them back a 1/1. I think we let them gain 3 off the... Or we leave the Kyoshi Warriors to gain the extra 3. It also means Yip Yip doesn't kill us. Twin Blades, but they're at 20, so that doesn't matter. We play Avatar Enthusiasts. Cave of 2 Lovers, make Avatar Enthusiast a 4/4 and make 2 1/1 blockers. We lose to Airbending Staff. And Yip Yip, which they didn't have last turn. You have 1 card. I don't know what we're thinking about. Wartime Protesters attack all. No attack. Mountain. Obviously, I play Rumble Arena. Airbender's Ascension's amazing. We play this creature. Get another counter on Avatar Enthusiasts. And we're holding up Twin Blades. We have all the blockers now. I'm dead to... Do you have a lesson in your graveyard? You do. Not an ally, though. Okay. Yeah, I crack the land. I mean, they're holding up pumping this, I guess. I don't know. Lightning Strike's great. We Earthbend on Rumble Arena. We play the Mountain. I think I Airbending Ascension the 1/1. Okay, hold on. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana total. I have 7 mana of stuff I want to do in my hand, but double red means I can only play Lightning Strike or Airbender's Ascension. I can't play both. Is Airbender's Ascension actually better here for us than Lightning Strike and Twin Blades? I don't think it is. Because I think with our current board, we attack with just Rumble Arena and Compassionate Healer. We take a blocker off our board this way is the issue. But a blocker doesn't matter. We're at 4, so they'd have to play 2 creatures that are big enough to warrant it being a problem. Yeah, we do it like this. We gain a life and we scry. Water Tribe Rallier is great. Go to box. I assume it's no box. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And then knowing I have a Water Tribe Rallier on top, I think I do now want to get Airbender's Ascension down, and I bonk their 1/1. And then pass holding up Lightning Strike and Twin Blades. Freedom Fighters is one of their best draws. It's a 3/2 haste and a 2/2 haste. That doesn't get them through this. We have a Lightning Strike to bop the Kyoshi Warriors. Gotta use our red mana. It's not getting much better than that. We play Water Tribe Rallier. Making Avatar Enthusiasts a 6/6. And we just pass. Pass? Do I trade Rumble Arena? I think I do trade Rumble Arena if they offer it to me. With a Water Tribe Rallier in hand. I want the Scry. Yeah, just another creature off the board. Free Scry. That doesn't help us at all. And it's also not something that I can hit off Water Tribe Rallier, and we have to hit something off Water Tribe Rallier. So here we're holding up, tapping our board for Water Tribe Rallier and our mana for Twin Blades. Pass. Activate ability using like that. Treetop Freedom Fighters, that's amazing. My turn. I mean, land helps, I guess. We have to use the red mana here. Ally, ally, ally. Ding, ding, ding. Go to 3 on that. We go to combat. We attack with just Avatar Enthusiasts. Twin Blades kills them, so we try. 18 damage. 3-2. I've never been more excited to be 3-2 with a deck that should be 7-0. Oh my goodness. Okay. The deck is not a loss. It's amazing that that's where we are these days, but I will take it. 4-2, please. This deck is so good. This deck is so good. We need a win. Morally, personally. Alright. I go first. Turn 2 Compassionate Healer and Hope. Missing red for our 4 red cards. I don't think we can do that. Deck! I'm going to 5. Right? I mean, white is the most common color in our deck. I don't want mold to 5. It's so bad. Mold to 5. Okay. I can keep this 2-lander. I guess we should have kept the original one. What of these 3 hands would you have kept? Let me know. I mean, obviously, these are our 2 cards we get rid of. And we hope John John's Deserters carries us to victory. Mountain is a great draw. 2 mana, 2/3. Lightning Strike? Why not? They always have it. Earth Kingdom Jailer is a great draw. But here we play Zhang's Deserters. Play a 3-drop with no ETB. Please. That's a 3-drop with an ETB. I don't like it. I cast Team Avatar as an enchantment. Blue-red 4-drop. What are we looking at here? Guru. Waterbend Lesson. Get in for your own 3. Oh, no. Tapping to keep all the cards. Kind of crazy. I think I just kill this while I have the chance. No Watery Grasp. No tricks. No kill spell on my Deserters in response. Play a land and play Geyser Leaper. Nope. Never removal spell. You got it. No land? Oh, Aang's Journey for a land. I don't really want to tempo out an Earth Kingdom Jailer as a 3/3. Well, I guess we're turtling. We have 2 removal spells and a combat trick. Sure. A lot of discarding and drawing. They didn't kick Aang's Journey, so I'm assuming they're just playing it as the creature that it is. Don't really want to Earth Kingdom Jailer that, but I might. Holding up exactly blue, because of course they are. Land's fine. I airbend the 1/1 away. I don't know. I mean, we mulled the 5. I'm just deflated. Avatar draft has really been kicking me while I'm down, it feels like. Just keep all your mana up. Zhang the Deserter. That is absolutely worth keeping the blue up again. That could mean it's Watery Grasp. Land is good because it plays under. It'll quench you now. Get an Airbender trigger. Airbender's Ascension trigger. Removal spell? No. Oh, yes, removal spell. Okay, sure. Immediately use this on draw 6. Okay. Why can't it be me? This deck's so good. It just doesn't matter. I don't understand. They've drawn 14 more cards than us this game. I crack Mashu City. It's really hard to be positive when this is what is happening to us. It's really hard to keep it up, but all right. It's another losing draft. Another 500 gems. Really, it's 400 because now we're getting the packs and whatever. Deck review. This deck is really good. It should have gotten 7 wins. I fundamentally don't understand why I am having so much trouble. Looking at this deck, it is really difficult to see where improvement would lie, what would make a difference. We have 4 incredibly powerful rares. We have a great variety of removal spells. A little bit less in volume than I would normally like, but we're the assertive creature deck, right? All of our cards in the in the board are super efficient board presence oriented creature cards, right? Making a ton of allies. Three of the highest performing white common in the format. Like this deck puts itself on the board early, removes just the things it needs to remove, and then wins out with absurd late game value. Not even really late game, like mid game value with Toph, the Ascensions hitting 4, and then Water Tribe Brawler, Earth Kingdom Jailer. Water Tribe Brawler gets every creature in our deck, so, pretty awesome. Team Avatar as both a removal spell or making these like Cave of Two Lovers be really hurtful, and Earth Kingdom Jailer being one of the highest uncommon white uncommons in the format. Uh, I'm really hitting my breaking point with this set. I'm not really sure what is going wrong. I've been looking at my games, and the answer I keep coming back to is I feel like I'm running up against just some absolutely absurd nut draws over and over and over again. It can feel very frustrating, uh, and it's really difficult to understand what to do about it. I mean, like looking at today's draft, we lost to Day of the Black Sun on a perfect curve out on Cat Gator, double Cat Gator, mono black. We lost to the bonus sheet, one-sided board clear that also drew them 4 cards or whatever, because they hit Cascade into. I'm pretty sure they hit Water Tribe or Water Bending Lesson and drew 3 cards, right? And then it was a one-sided board clear. And then in that last game there, what did I even just lose to? Oh, in that last game, we mulled to 5 off of seeing 2 unkeepable hands, fought, valiantly against it, and ultimately lost to them having accumulate wisdom into Jong Jong, into second lightning strike, into exhaust Jong Jong, second accumulate wisdom. They drew almost their entire deck, and we had drawn. It was like turn 7, right? So those aren't draws that should happen, and those aren't decks, or those aren't draws that you should see a lot of, and they're not decks that should come together that well often. And it feels like that has been the story of our last 4 drafts. Is just running into decks where it's like, wow, congrats on your deck, and also hitting that draw on your deck. It also feels like we've had very few games where our opponents have ever really faltered. And we've had a lot of games where, it's magic, right? You draw a little bit too much land, you don't hit the land drop you need on the right curve. And as a result, it feels like we're fighting in the trenches and other people are just kind of breezing through. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.